Okay, right here we have satellite dishes right here. This tells you, this is what you see on your phone, the radar for when they're detecting a storm. It sends out electromagnetic signals, pulses back and forth into the storm. They spin around left and right horizontally into the storm. And this is where you see the rain, sleet, snow, and it scans out and sends pulses, electromagnetic wave field signals back and forth into the sky. You can see sometimes if you have like a dish TV or direct TV, your signal goes out on the TV because the heavy downpour, the rain or the lightning cause all the signal to go out due to the refraction or diffraction of the wave light being absorbed by the rain.
Yeah, zoom in and shoot that up.
Okay, right here we got a weather balloon. Right now it doesn't look like much, but it looks really big. It's going to get to this big, 36 inches big. And they usually launch it up in the sky and it gets a weather data like in the upper atmosphere. Okay, we're going to launch the weather balloon now. Got safety glasses in case it pops in my face. Let me turn it on. Now we're going to launch this weather balloon. It tells you it's going to tell you the temperature, the humidity, and it's going to tell you the pressure. Here we go. We didn't really launch it with helium because you have to have a radiosonde, and we don't have a radiosonde. Okay, it looks like a Takata airbag or something. It doesn't go back to its normal shape, it's deformed. And it's a Galileo thermometer and storm glass. You can see right here is the temperature. You can see the stream in the bottom. These, when it gets warmer, these go down, and as it gets cooler, these go up. So currently it's in between 72 degrees and 76, so it's about 74 degrees here in the basement. You can see the hydrometer, it's about 48% humid down here. And you can see the storm glass, it hasn't done much. Okay, check out my storm glass. Look at that. Look at the crystals are everywhere. That means cloudy all over there with crystals on the top. That means thunderstorms. Right here you can see cloudy liquid, sometimes with small crystals at top. Cloudy weather and often predicts pending thunderstorms and rain. Before, it said we were getting frost in the middle of the summer. There's camphor, which is like mothballs. There's potassium nitrate, 100 proof vodka, and there's something else, sodium chloride or something else in there. I'm gonna get the dew point and the humidity with my sling psychrometer. Oh, I didn't wet it. You have to have a wet bulb and a dry bulb. Right here you get the wet bulb is how the dew point. Here you're supposed to spin it for 5 minutes to get the air temperature, usually preferably in the sun. We're getting the temperature still. We have about another 2-3 minutes. The temperature now is about 68 degrees, 20 degrees Celsius. I convert on the dry bulb, and the wet bulb is about 18 degrees Celsius, so that's about 66 degrees on the wet bulb. Okay, the dry bulb was about 20 and the wet bulb was 2 degrees off, so it's about 15 to 17 degrees on the dew point, and the humidity was about 3 degrees away, so it was about 20 degrees Celsius was the air temp, and about 3-4 degrees, so it's about in between, about 70% humid today.
A measuring station for the amount of precipitation up here. And there's a can on the inside that comes out. And what they do is, I think it's every 12 hours they have to do an official recording of it for the NOAA information. So they'll come out and switch the cans. Now, seems pretty straightforward. We can actually...
The rain gauge is up to 5 inches right there. My weather station right here, this is a wind meter anemometer. It picks up the wind and it powers this weather station. You can see there's a cooler in here, so like on a hot day there's a fan that runs non-stop from this fan. Also there's a solar panel. It has a wind vane that goes in different directions. Here's the anemometer. It tells you the wind speed. Right here we have a digital rain gauge. It shows the top wind speed, average, currently, which direction, temperature, humidity, future forecast. This should be thunderstorms. Thunderstorms. Whoa, we already had 3 inches of rain today. We just do it one at a time. Hurricane hunters because they have the drops tons, and this is what gets all the data, the wind speed, the pressure, how fast it's moving. They launch these out of the Hurricane Hunters. They send these out like 8 times a day. It looks like this, and they drop it out of the plane, and it comes down with like a parachute. Okay, I got the thermometer, and it says 78.5, and we could see the temperature rise. Okay, we just hit 100 degrees. Up, it's still going up. Okay, I just put it in the car and it says 100 and about 108. It should rise up quickly now. Okay, 4 minutes later, we're nearing 110. Okay, we just hit 120. I think we hit 121. It's still rising. I hope that doesn't break the thermometer. You can see the food is still cooking. It should be 130 according to this thermometer. Oh, 128 now. And it only went up. It started at 69 and now it's only 71, so it only brought it up 1 degree in this one area. You can see how hot the water's coming out at 120 degrees. I had to take it out because if I had it anymore, the mercury would overflow. You can see right over here, we were at the Princeton Airport and they have a windsock on the runway. The reason why we didn't go there because it has a cage blocking the windsock, but you can see right here they use these windsocks to know the direction of the wind, of how much how much wind there is, because the planes can't take off if there's too much wind. It could cause some, during a thunderstorm or something, if there's like 60-70 mile per hour winds during a hurricane, they have to stop the planes, they have to ground them because they can't be flying into a hurricane. It could be dangerous if there's a strong storm or tornado or something. You could also see in Atlantic City right over here, they have wind turbines right over here, and the wind, they use this to save electricity. It's like solar panel. They're eco-friendly, and it uses the wind to power up the energy, like the street lamps and like signs and like houses sometimes, and it saves lots of electricity instead of using electricity from the house and the power lines. Wind energy into your house to power the lights and electricity on your phones and your TVs and stuff. Okay, you can see right over here is what a cloud seeding, which is they form the weather. They change like in some dry areas like Arizona. They might have like a dry spell, or like maybe Texas or Florida or somewhere where or also like in the desert somewhere. Like this doesn't produce the rain, but they could enhance it. So like if there's a storm coming by and it's only like a quarter inch of rain, they could produce it to make an inch of rain or 2 inches of rain where they're having really bad droughts. They shoot silver iodine, potassium iodine, and they also shoot a dry ice, which they shoot it and flares and rockets out of the aircraft guns, and they shoot it into the clouds, the silver iodine, and these produce more moisture and vapor in the clouds, so it makes it more precipitation, so there's more humidity in the cloud. Right here, this is a different type a way to save the water. They use these like mesh canvases in these dry areas where there's lots of humidity, and they drip slowly, they stick onto this mesh canvas, and the condensation builds up on the thing, and then the water starts to build up and it piles up, and they use that and they save that for the crops for drinking it from the fog if it's a drought and they don't have much water where they are. Right here we have a wind chime. You can see it's gone crazy now because of the wind going by. You can see it's made out of sea glass. They usually hang them in the tree. These thunderstorms right here. You can see they're de-icing the plane. Those are the snow guns right there. They produce the snow, but it's not cold enough. To get the snowfall, you have to put in 3 different locations. We have 20 right there. We have, 18, 21